Lost in the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean, the mystery of Malaysian Flight 370 has baffled experts and haunted families for years. Despite countless theories and search efforts, the truth seemed destined to remain submerged in the deep. But recent findings have taken a chilling turn, revealing something no one could have anticipated. What scientists have uncovered might finally answer the questions that have lingered for a decade, but it also opens the door to a far more unsettling reality. What could it be? In the early hours of March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 vanished from radar screens, beginning one of the most perplexing mysteries in aviation history. The Boeing 777, carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew members, was on a routine flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Everything seemed normal until, just under an hour after takeoff, the plane lost contact with air traffic control. This was not just a simple disappearance. The aircraft made a sudden, inexplicable turn westward, diverting far off its planned course. Then it vanished completely over the Indian Ocean, despite a multinational search operation that became the most extensive in aviation history, involving ships, submarines, and satellites. No trace of the plane was found for years. The sheer scale of the search, stretching across thousands of miles of ocean, only deepened the enigma. What followed were years of speculation and theories. How could a modern aircraft simply disappear without a trace? From mechanical failures to hijacking, and even theories involving deliberate actions by the crew, the world was gripped by the mystery of MH370. Despite fragments of the aircraft eventually washing ashore on distant islands, the main wreckage remains lost, and the full story of what happened that night is still unknown. The disappearance of MH370 captured global attention, not just because of the tragedy, but because it defied the expectations of what is possible in our interconnected world. The lack of concrete answers has fueled countless theories, some plausible and others bordering on the absurd. From ideas of catastrophic mechanical failure to more sinister possibilities involving foul play, the story of MH370 remains a haunting mystery, with the world still waiting for answers. The new developments. The mystery of MH370 seemed destined to remain unsolved, a tragic enigma lost to the depths of the Indian Ocean. But recently, a breakthrough has reignited hope in finding answers. A new wave of technological advancements and innovative approaches have breathed life into the search efforts. For years, traditional search methods focused on sonar scans and satellite imagery, covering vast areas of the ocean. But the ocean is a massive, unforgiving place, and the wreckage of MH370 could be scattered over a vast area. What was needed was a new approach, something that could go beyond the limitations of existing technology. Enter oceanographic experts and data scientists who began to think differently about the problem. Instead of just looking at where the plane might have gone down, they started analyzing ocean currents, debris drift patterns, and even the minute details of satellite data that had been overlooked. They used this data to simulate where wreckage could have drifted over time. One of the key advancements was the use of more sophisticated underwater drones equipped with cutting-edge sonar technology. These drones can dive deeper and cover more ground than ever before, scanning the ocean floor with unprecedented precision. In tandem with these drones, machine learning algorithms have been employed to sift through the vast amounts of sonar data, identifying anomalies and potential wreckage far more efficiently than human operators could. Then, just when it seemed like the trail had gone cold, there was a new lead, an unusual signal picked up by underwater acoustic sensors. Initially dismissed as background noise, this signal was revisited using advanced signal processing techniques. Scientists now believe it could be related to the final moments of MH370, a crucial clue that could pinpoint its resting place. These new developments have brought the search for MH370 closer than ever to uncovering the truth. The combination of new technology, fresh perspectives, and a relentless pursuit of answers has brought the world to the brink of solving one of the most haunting mysteries of modern aviation. But as we inch closer to a resolution, the chilling reality of what might be found remains a sobering reminder of the tragedy that unfolded that night. The location details. The search for MH370 has taken us to some of the most remote and unforgiving places on Earth. The latest breakthrough has led investigators to an area in the southern Indian Ocean, far from any major landmass. This is one of the most desolate stretches of ocean, known as the Seventh Arc, a sweeping curve determined by satellite data that indicates the plane's possible final location. The exact coordinates are chilling, a lonely spot, thousands of miles from the nearest shore. The ocean here is deep, with some areas plunging to depths of over 4,000 meters, 13,000 feet. The seabed is a dark, cold place, covered in thick layers of sediment. It's an area that's been described as a watery graveyard, where sunlight never penetrates and the pressure is immense. Why was this location overlooked for so long? Part of the reason lies in the sheer difficulty of accessing and searching this area. The ocean currents here are powerful and unpredictable, which means that even a small piece of debris could drift hundreds of miles over time. The search area was initially vast, spanning thousands of square kilometers, and the depth and rugged terrain of the ocean floor made it incredibly challenging to map and search. But recent efforts, using more advanced underwater drones and refined search methods, have zeroed in on a more specific area within the Seventh Arc. This location was previously considered, but the technology at the time wasn't capable of thoroughly scanning such a hostile environment. Now, with improved sonar and satellite technology, investigators have identified several points of interest, possible debris fields or wreckage that could finally reveal the fate of MH370. Imagine the scene. Far beneath the waves in the pitch-black darkness lies the final resting place of the aircraft, its remains scattered across the ocean floor. The water here is so deep and the pressure so intense that retrieving any wreckage will be an enormous task. Yet this location could hold the answers that have eluded the world for nearly a decade, a place where the tragic story of MH370 might finally reach its conclusion. Implications and reactions. As news of the recent developments in the search for MH370 spread, the world reacted with a mix of emotions. For the families of the 239 passengers and crew aboard the flight, the discovery brought a wave of intense, conflicting feelings. For years, they've lived in a state of limbo, caught between hope and despair. Some have clung to the possibility that their loved ones might somehow still be alive, while others have desperately sought closure, even if it meant confirming their worst fears. This breakthrough, while offering a glimmer of hope that answers might finally be within reach, also reopens old wounds. Many families expressed cautious optimism, but there's also a deep fear that even if wreckage is confirmed, it might not provide the definitive answers they've been longing for. The emotions are raw, and for some, this news might feel like just another chapter in an endless saga of pain and uncertainty. The aviation community, too, is on edge. The disappearance of MH370 has been one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history, a puzzle that has haunted pilots, engineers, and safety experts for nearly a decade. If this new discovery leads to the recovery of the wreckage, it could finally help explain what went wrong, whether it was a catastrophic mechanical failure, a deliberate act, or something else entirely. Understanding this could be crucial in preventing such a tragedy from ever happening again. Global leaders and organizations like the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, are watching closely. The implications for future search and rescue operations are enormous. The advancements in technology and methodology used in this search could set new standards for how missing aircraft are tracked and found. The lessons learned here might lead to improvements in global aviation safety protocols, ensuring that no plane ever disappears without a trace again. But beyond the technical and political ramifications, there's a deeply human aspect to this discovery. If this search finally brings the answers that have been so elusive, it could help bring some measure of peace to those who have suffered for so long. Closure doesn't erase the loss, but it can offer a path forward, a way for the families and the world to begin healing. As we reflect on these developments, it's clear that this isn't just a story about a missing plane. It's about the resilience of those who've kept searching for answers, the innovations that have pushed the boundaries of what's possible, and the enduring hope that truth, no matter how painful, is always worth seeking. To stay informed about the ongoing investigation and the broader implications for global aviation, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to bring you updates on this story and other significant events shaping our world.